Economy fare with as many stopovers as the mileage allows. It's done by mileage. Makes sense, doesn't it? You pay the mileage. That's what you're paying for, mileage. The number of stops don't matter. It's where you go in the world, around the world. Sorry to go on at you now. Those policemen got me going. I was walking up to the park once and there were two officers, looking, they were just ordinary people looking as though they were police officers, these community officers. And I just put my camera like this up against their number. They didn't like it. So they followed me up the hill, and I'm an old man puffing up the hill here, and I tried to hide. But they got to me, and they got a car full of police officers. I don't know why I'm telling you this. And they all surrounded me here, demanding my name. Never give your name. And I kept filming them all for posterity on YouTube. So they gave me a ticket saying they'd stopped me as evidence that they'd done it. God. Scary place, this world. Now this is the most wonderful place in the park. Now this is where our ancestors lived and played and frolicked and kept the human species going. They went to a lot of trouble surviving here. On this hill they built like a church, palisade, place to celebrate being alive. Romano Celtic temple. Now this was AD. That's after the birth of Christ. 43 to 410. So it was the 1st century. And here they are, look at them, having fun in the park. No taxes, no EU to boss them around. It's a blog on YouTube. 4K. So come here and look at where your ancestors are from. You got one on your helmet?
What's tiny?
Have a look at it. Get the name of it. It's a GoPro, but it's got a screen.
That's awesome.
And it's got all the equipment to put on your cars, helmets.
How much?
4K and 60 quid.
60?
Get the name of it. It's on the front there.
Park.
Park, yeah.
That's cool. Good bargain.
See, there they are. 10 kids out of 10,000 here in Greenwich having fun. 10 out of 10,000. What are your kids doing watching this? Get out. For God's sakes, the summer. These are the longest days. I won't be back to get my food by 8 o'clock at the shops. The sun's still up. It's going to be the longest day in a couple of weeks. Summer comes so quickly in this country. You don't know it's here and then it's gone. Go to New Zealand and Australia. If you're young, say you want to go to a training school in Sydney and learn to become a hair cutter, barber or hairstylist. The Indians do it. They pour in and learn how to cut hair and then they're allowed to stay. You can stay and become an Australian. And go surfing without ever having to work. I've worked 17 years out of 45. You have to work for 45 years. And I only did 17. And I lived the life of Riley, travelling the world. I became the top professional development educator in the country, but no one knows. No one wants to know. Because they like punishing you kids. And they like having all the fun making up the lessons. It's your life, it's your education. You should be making up your study plans and deciding what to study and how to find the information and going out exploring. First-hand knowledge is the only way to get knowledge. Don't watch on TV and books and let the teacher bore you in a blackboard, let alone a whiteboard. Demand bus trips every week. And when you've all got 100 stars each week, well, you know, that would be a bit hard. Every month you've got 100 stars, 5 a day each. You can get plastic sequins from a haberdashery shop or company that, you know, stamps them out. And every month you get, once you've got 100, you all get on the bus and go to an important cultural or environmental site. How else are you going to learn anything if you don't go out? You're stuck in a school breathing in the pollutants from diesel. They're sticky particles in the diesel smoke, and when you breathe them in your lungs, they stick inside your lungs and cause leukemia for young children. That means your blood gets damaged and you die. And it happens in clusters around power lines. So if you're living near power lines, you better not breathe in diesel dust, otherwise you've got a high chance of dying young. Diesel fumes from the buses and cabs still have them. And have they got filters? Ask if there's any filter on them. They should all be filtered. Anyway, it's still running, the battery's down. So here you are. So there's the time bell. See that red, oh you can't see it. Well, you probably see if you've got a big 4K screen. See the time bell? Oh, it's that red ball at the top of the building, and then there's a mast. So they pull it up by a rope or chain, and just as it gets to 12 or some time, they'll drop it. And so people are watching with their watches, and then when it drops, it's exactly the right time, and then they can set their, what's the name of a watch that keeps the right time to travel around the world and use the stars to work out where you are? A chronometer. Good work. And the first watch I bought when I got to London in '79 was a sale price chronometer made by Dunhill. And over a year it loses plus or minus 4 seconds. And guess what? It's not an electronic tick-tock, quartz one. It had 16 joules to keep all the parts spinning around all the time. So get a jeweled watch with working parts in it. Don't get ripped off with a 10p mechanism in a shiny case for £100 or £1,000. You want a chronometer that's made by scientists and engineers and technicians and clockmakers. It's a skilled job. You should learn to do it. Fix clocks.